Watch this video to the end because I'm going to show you exactly how to close a client when you're standing in front of them on your first visit to their home. All right, my name's Steven. I run a marketing agency for kitchen and bathroom remodelers. My goal is to help you get $100,000 in new quotes in your calendar in the next 90 days. And if you don't, we work for free. You can click the link in the description to check it out now. I have a full 20-minute video that goes over the hammer method, which is the exact method that we use to not only get you to that $100,000 in new quote goal, but also help you get your first qualified buyer on the phone in 14 days. Just click the link in the description. The video is like 20 minutes long. Let's get into it. The number one reason that people are not buying your service on the spot and signing your contract is because they want to try to get the best possible option. That's it. That is literally it. When you understand that process, when you understand that people are looking to get the bang for their buck, they're going to go look for the best option. This is why you get price shopped, right? You go to a homeowner's house, you talk to them, you have the conversation, they ask for whatever the job is, and you say, oh, it's going to be 30 grand. And they say, okay, well, I'll get back to you. Just send all the information to my email. Let's talk in a couple weeks. Now that person is going to go take your quote, and then they're going to go to the next guy and the next guy and the next guy and get quotes from every single guy until someone says they can do the job for $2,200 or 22 grand instead of 30 grand. And then they pick them, and then you spend the next 2 weeks calling them. Oh, hey, did you? Are you free? Are you free? When are you going to be available? And they never call you back, or they are nice enough to text you and say, I already found somebody else to work with. This happens over and over and over again. And the reason why is because you are not, in their eyes, valuable enough to get them what they want. This is usually based off of two things: value or money. They either want a cheaper option or they don't think you can get the job done. The biggest problem that I see is that most guys go in and try to explain why their service is so great. I had this happen to me the other day. I was at a bar I think it was a Sunday night with my buddy, and we were just getting a burger and a beer. And this guy at the end of the bar, we started kind of like chatting back and forth to each other. And I go over and start talking to him. And he tells me about his business. And he tells me he runs a powder coating company. Then the guy spends the next 20 minutes telling me all about how great powder coating is. That wasn't what I was asking. I was asking, why should I get powder coating for my tires? Like, how does that help my life out? I'm not understanding. Like, the process is great. I don't give a fuck about the process. You have to sell the vacation. That's the first thing you need to understand. If you're not selling the vacation to your clients, they're never going to buy it. All right? They don't care that you have the best tile manufacturer and you have a 30-year guaranteed warranty and it doesn't crack, and that you will install a free vanity if they sign up today. They don't give a fuck about any of that shit. They want to know that you are going to deliver the best quality service for how much they're paying. If the value is perceived as higher than your service, the cost of your service, people buy. All right, if I told you you could go get a Lamborghini right now, I would sell you a Lamborghini for 10 grand. You would find the money to get it because you know that that Lamborghini is worth more than 10 grand. People don't need time to make decisions. They need information. Okay? They need information, and they need to know that you, other people, and themselves will all be happy and satisfied and help them get to their goal. And so when you're in their face telling them, okay, yeah, well, we have this product and this kind of tile, and we have these guarantees, and it's like no one gives a shit. They don't care. Why do they buy from you in the first place? Why are they interested in the first place? She's interested. The lady you're talking to or whoever, Sandra, she's interested because she was at Sally's house last week, and Sally just got her kitchen redone, and she has a beautiful kitchen. And it looks amazing. And now Sandra, or the lady's name that you're talking to now, she wants her kitchen to look better too. So that way she can have dinner parties and she can feel like the special one, and everyone can go, oh man, Sandra, your tile is look at the new tile. Oh my gosh, you got a nice kitchen done. That's what she wants. She doesn't care that like you have a guarantee that it doesn't crack, or you come back in a year and do a second inspection and make sure that everything's fine. You fix any problems in a year. She doesn't care about that shit. She cares that she satisfies her internal needs. And what is that? She wants to look better than her friend. She's keeping up with the Joneses. That's sales in a nutshell. You have to be the product or service that's going to help that person out and satisfy their needs. That's the first step. So the first thing we talked about is satisfying their needs. All right, you're satisfying their needs and you're selling them their vacation. All right? They don't want to sit on the plane next to the smelly old guy and pack their bags and put their bags on the baggage claim and then go through customs and then do all this stuff in the airport. They just want to go to Aruba. I could sit here all day and talk to you about all the cool things that you're going to get to do on your way to Aruba. Oh yeah, you get to sit in this smushed little seat inside of this plane, and the flight attendant is not going to have the certain type of snacks that you want. And I could sit here and tell you about that all day, or I could just say, yeah, you're going to go to Aruba and sit on the beach and relax, sip mojitos. Which one sounds more interesting? Sell the vacation. Your kitchen will be the best looking kitchen on the block. You throw block parties, you have people over, you have that big 4th of July party where everyone, aren't you sick of it being over at the neighbor's house across the street? Wouldn't you like to host the block party, the 4th of July block party once? Yeah. Well, wouldn't you feel better hosting it with a nicer kitchen? Yeah. Second point that I want to make. People are looking to get the best option. When someone is looking to get the best option, they want to work with someone that they perceive as higher value than them. This is a very interesting concept that took me years to understand. When people are trying to get something done, they want to go with the best possible option. And the best possible option has to be better than everyone else and better than them in some way, shape, or form. So, and I have a sales coach, by the way. This guy, he's disgusting. His top sales team members have like a 60-70% close rate. One of his top salesmen actually purchased a McLaren as his first car and didn't even have a driver's license. This guy has the whole thing. He lives in Dubai with the penthouse and all the girls and the whatever, right? Marketing agency. Told me, never compliment a prospect. I'll say that again. Never compliment a prospect. And I'll take that even further. Don't validate a prospect. Only validate their concerns. Concerns happen after you've asked for the sale. Those are called objections. Obstacles happen before the sale. And most of the time, your clients, if you listen to them, are telling you their problems. This is why they need the kitchen. This is why they need the bathroom. They're telling you their problems. Do not validate your client's problems, because then you're lowering your perceived value. Think about this. Compliments and validation are not like normal. I don't walk around in every single one of my friends every single day and say, oh, dude, you look so good today, man. You're wearing a nice jacket, and I think you look really great today, man. I really just love the color of your eyes, and you're just a really great all-around guy, man. And I'm here for you at all times. That guy would be like, what the fuck do you want from me? You see what I mean? Does that make sense? Because what you're saying is every single time you validate somebody's problems, you are showing them that you need them. Because it's not normal. We don't do that regularly. Right? You're trying to butter them up. What happens is you're here, they're here. This is called frame, by the way. You have to have frame in a sales call. When you're validating that person for their problems, you are stooping down to their level. And now they're wondering, well, why is this guy being so nice to me? What does he need from me? Because if you didn't need them, you wouldn't be nice to them. Think about that. If you don't need someone, you wouldn't be nice to them. All right? Like, everyone else is so nice. Why aren't you nice? And I'm not saying to be an asshole to your clients or your prospects, but let me give you an example. You walk into the client's home, you go check out the bathroom, you have a conversation, and then the client starts telling you about why. So you ask a question. So what are you looking for? Why do you need the bathroom remodel? Or you even see the problem yourself. You see there's cracks in the pipes. You see that there's mold all over the shower. You probably already know this. You mention that shit to them. Do you see this mold here? Do you know this was here? That way you can bring up their problems. They say, "Oh yeah, well, I have mold in my house and there's, it's been pretty rough, and I know my son, he's been getting a little sick, and I need to do something with this bathroom, and it just looks disgusting, and when my friends and family come over, like, I don't want them to see it, and people don't want to take a shower in my house." Now, what do you usually say? "Oh, I completely understand. Yeah, I know this is such a terrible problem. Like, I'm so sorry for you that you have this issue. We'll get that fixed up for you." Loss of frame. The best thing to do? Yeah, we have all these problems. So you're saying that you don't even want people to come in this bathroom? No, I don't even want anyone in here. Did you notice this crack over here? See how different it is? See how I went from being "Oh my God, I know this is such a problem, and let's concentrate on this." No, let's go find another problem. Let's keep pointing out the problems. What you're doing is showing them that they have an issue. You have an issue. You are making it clear. This is a problem. When you validate something, some people just like to hear themselves talk, and some people just like to have someone soothe them for their problems. When you say, "Oh yeah, this is a big issue. I'm sorry to hear that," they can get a dopamine hit from hearing other people validate their problems instead of actually making a change. Because actually, interestingly enough, there's scientific study that says that the dopamine hit that you get from saying you're going to do something is the same dopamine hit you get from actually doing it, or close to it. So some people are like, "Oh yeah, I'll say I'll do it," and then you go and you validate it. It's the same dopamine. You're giving them dopamine for what they say. This is why I don't, like, with people in my life too, like, I don't give people grace for not doing something. That's bullshit. You're giving excuses to something external. A decision. You're giving power to a decision. Why would you give power to a decision? Power is the degree to which you have control over your own life. I'll say it again. Power is the degree to which you have control over your own life. If you have control over your own life, you are not going to give power to a decision. You're not. Even if you make the wrong decision. And so by validating somebody's problems, you're giving them dopamine and approval for having the issue. You don't give people approval for their issues. You look at it and you say, "Okay, I see this problem. Are you saying that this is a problem for you? Okay, let's move on to the next thing." Now the last step. Because you can do all that and you can still have somebody fuck off and go try to price check with other people. There's a few things that you can do. One, you can help them understand why the other company is not the best company without bashing the company. So you can do this by not bringing up that company specifically, but you can talk about some of the benefits of going the route with you and the disadvantages of choosing other options, right? I know in my industry particularly, it kind of works like this. I have someone who comes to me, they say they want to get more jobs. Well, they also have another company that says pay per lead. Okay, so you're going to work with a company that does pay per lead. That's what you want to do? All right. Can I tell you what I would do if I wanted to make the most profitable marketing agency of all time? I would make a Facebook campaign I would get leads from that Facebook campaign, and then I would go sell that lead for $100 to a company. And then I would go find another company and sell them that same lead. Right? So now I'm making and realistically, cost per lead should be about $50. So if it's $50 cost per lead in bathroom remodeling, and I sell a lead for $100, I'm making $50 profit off of one lead. Now I go find 6 other companies to do that with. $600, $50 cost per lead. I'm making $550 per every lead. For math's sake, let's just say it's $550. Like, it's 5 companies. So 5, how am I? No, math's wrong. Math's not mathing. All right, $550. Keep that number, right? I sell it to 6 companies. So I would take that same lead and then go sell it to 6 companies. I would be making $550 profit, $600 in total. Now, if I was spending $150 a day on ads, I would be getting 3 leads a day, and then I would be sharing those 3 leads with 6 different companies. That would mean I'd be making $2,400 a day from 6 suckers who decided to sign up for my paper lead. And then you know what I would do to create generational wealth? I would do it for multiple different industries, across multiple different counties, across different states, across different cities, across different nations. That's generational wealth. Do you want to share leads with other contractors? Okay. Would you rather wouldn't it make more sense to just bring marketing in-house? Okay, makes sense. So let's do it. That's one way. So that's one way you can do it. That's how I do it with my industry. You can find, you know your competition, you know what makes you better, you know what sets you apart. Notice how I didn't bash a particular company name, and I didn't talk at all about why I'm so much better. I explained the concept in a logical fashion. The next thing you can do is explain why they can do both, which is complicated, and I wouldn't do that, but I'd say, like, get them to do that bathroom, we'll do this bathroom. Not very common in remodeling. I wouldn't go that approach, but I'm just laying out the option. That works a lot better in my industry. The final thing you can do is talk about price and about how you can give them the best deal. If this is like, you gotta go. Like, you gotta get out of it. You've been running in circles with this person for a while. Let them go talk to other companies. Say, hey, look, completely understand. Go talk to as many people as possible. Actually, here are 4 people you can go talk to yourself right now. I can give you a list of people to go talk to. And then when you're done, come back to me, and I will make sure that you get the best option and the best bang for your buck. Quick tip, this is a big concept you have to understand. You are not a salesman. You are not trying to sell them a service. You are a consultant. Be a consultant. You're saying, I completely understand. Come back to me with all of your options. I'll make sure you get the best one that works for you within your budget. I'll be here to help you out. I'm not here to try and sell you my service. I'm here to lay out all the options with you and help you make the best decision for yourself, because maybe another company would be a better decision. Who knows? My last and final tip. This was actually the thing, by the way, that took me from doing $2,000 a month to $10,000 a month in, like, I don't know, probably like 3 weeks in my agency. This was the first sales tip that my sales coach gave me. And he said, just sit in the fire, bro. Don't get off the phone. Most people want to be nice and say, oh yeah, it was nice meeting with you. Look forward to talking in the future, whatever. Hang up the phone. Or get a goodbye. They want a goodbye before they hang up the phone. And to be honest, this shouldn't even be about closing the sale. This should be about your personal view on your business and what you're selling. If you're having a hard time closing, just sit there in the fire, even after they're not interested. Just sit there as long as you can until they say no, or they like kick. Obviously, it's different when you're in person. Like on sales calls, like on Zoom, just wait till they hang up. But obviously, you're not taking sales calls on Zoom. But that's for like my business. What I did was I would just sit there and wait until they hung up. I would just talk to them until they hung up. You really want to see how long you can go with a client? Stay there until they kick you out. Most people aren't going to kick you out. They're going to be nice. All right? When you look at their problem and then you show them that you're the best solution, all they're going to then do is give power to the decision. Because guess what? It's easier not to make the decision. It is. It's easier. Most people don't have power over their lives. Power, remember, is the degree to which you have control over your own life. Most people don't have enough control over their own life that they're willing to blame external circumstances. Think about it. I mean, shit, most people say, oh, I can't do this thing because of my kids and my dog and my husband, and he probably wouldn't like that. And, you know, I have work and I have this job, and like I don't know what the finances. Which, by the way, if you have like financing options, which, P.S., I help you find financing options when you work with us. Click the link in the description. If you have financing options, then it shouldn't matter. Oh, well, I can't pay this money and I don't have it. That's great. We have $0 down financing. You can get started today. Here's the contract. Can you hold this for a second? Give it to them. Can you hold this for a second? You ever done that before? I don't know. I was just like, that's a good one. Here, can you hold this for a second? Yeah. And you hand them the pen. Here, can you hold this too? All right. That line right there, you sign right there. That is how you do it. Just be there. Be there for the person. I think most people are just too scared to ask for money. Do you understand that with the last, like, I'd say out of the last clients that I got, I'd say maybe there was like 3 of them who were like this. I just asked. I asked 18 times for the sale. Like at least over 10. But I know one particularly I asked like 18, 19 times. We sat in the call together for 2.5 hours. And I was like, all right, so sign the thing. She said, well, I don't know. I got to do this thing. And I was like, I understand. Give me a better understanding of what you're talking about. Oh, well, I don't know because my card and this thing right now. Do you have another card on you? Yeah. Okay, then let's do it. Well, but, you know, I still need time to think about it. What are we thinking about? What do you have to think about? What do you mean by that? Oh, well, I have to, you know, my finances, do you have the money in the bank? Yes. Okay, let's do it. Well, and you do that over and then they finally go, all right, you know, I'm sick of talking about it. Let's make it happen, right? This is how you close sales. People respect you more. People want to buy from you. If you're in their house, they want to buy from you. They just want to make sure that they can trust you and they want to make sure that you can get the job done. You know who can't get the job done? The guy who needs the fucking sale. The guy who's, oh my God, you're so perfect and everything's so great about you. They're like, why the fuck does this guy need me so badly? Right? Same thing goes by the way, there's a way to stay in the sales call without coming off as needy. If you're truly there to help them, you can stay in their house without coming off as needy. So I have one thing that you can go do right now. You can click the link in the description. There is a 20-minute video in there that shows you exactly what the hammer method is and how you can use it to not only get $100,000 in new quotes in the next 90 days, but also get your first qualified buyer on the phone in 14 days. And on top of that, if you'd like, I can give you one-on-one help to show you exactly how to scale from where you are now to where you want to go using Facebook and Instagram ads. There is no excuse for not clicking that link below right now. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you're ready to scale, click the button. Just watch the video. The video will literally change your fucking life. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.